Okay, hi. Here we are at Samhain. I know we're into November, but Samhain's actually a week long. It's before, the during, and the after. So it's quite a phase. Um, just going to begin. Not going to bore you. This is off-grid living, moody solar panels. Not that much charge. So if it suddenly goes, you know I've already said goodbye. There you are, and hope everybody's well. Funny way to begin, but it is Samhain. Um, I do like this time of year, you know, for so many reasons, but one of the particular reasons is I was having a nice dream around Samhain. So last night there was a beautiful wolf at my door. That was gorgeous. And the year before last, the Queen of the She, which is the Irish fairies, she's a wild voice. We're going to have a big party. They have a big party over Samhain, the She, the fairy folk, and then they return to their halls, their great halls, underground. So yeah, it's big party time for them. It's nice, quiet, still little day. And I better crack on because I don't have much juice power. That queer moon 3 weeks ago, and it was just a really funny phase. The animals were strange. I don't know what it was, like equinox and this and that and the other and the whole shebang. But you could really feel the energy of it, and certainly the animals. And since then, this kind of interplay has carried on, where you're actually having a connection with your environment. It was a bit challenging in the sense that after that there was a huge storm, and yeah, that was, I have to say, it was a bad storm. So I'm still cutting up fallen branches, so and all that kind of work, which is lovely. But I'm not going to clean my nails because I'll be getting back to work. Anyway, look, Druid animal cards. Each of these is a big chapter of the history, myth, and their interpretation. Philip Carr-Gomm, the OBOD, British Druids of Bard, Obates and Druids, etc. I'm not actually going to read for each of them the big long, about 3 pages, and their interpretation. But I will say what seemed to crack that energy around that time, my dog was mad, my cat was mad, everything was gone bonkers. There was bulls just at the back here, 12 bulls put out, and they started fighting and tussling. My goodness, it was absolutely incredible to watch them. I have a little video of it, and my hound was really acting the top dog. I'd been out of friends with 2 female lurchers in heat, so he was kind of losing the run of himself. Well, that put some manners on him, I'll tell you, because they were only a few feet away by a fence. But the sheer force and power of it, I have to say, it was incredible. And the rest of the herd running up and down, and these 2 bulls going out. So, anyway, listen, we have this card. OBOD card. Excuse me, with 3 cranes in the background. So they broke the energy, and it really was a personification of very masculine energy. I know the bulls in Ireland, part of it, Tawn de Boy, Kula, a mythical kind of a book based on an ancient myth. Queen Maeve and her lover fighting over who was the best bull, kind of thing, and a battle of Moulture. These stories were written down by the monks, so etc. But we are moving into a new Agma phase of the year, and some of this is meant to also be astrological. So there we are. But in my little direct, as Terence McKenna says, direct felt experience of it, rather than the big story in the midst, was, quite astonishing, amazing to see, very powerful. And it seemed to break the energy. And after that, the ravens, there's a lot of rooks and jackdaws and ravens around here, which is wonderful. They're not here all the time, they come and go. But in that field yonder there, they were just flying up and down in a straight line, very low on the ground, for like a couple of hours. And I thought, I've never seen them do that. It was quite amazing. So they were flying low in a straight line. So that was just absolutely lovely. But that in itself was kind of a message for that particular phase that was going on. Wasn't really lie low and stay in a straight line, but it was take it handy. There was unusual energy. I'm not saying it was good or bad, but it was very giddy kind of energy. So it was quite smart, really, and good advice. There we are. And then up the road from where I am, there's an old farm. It's a tiny little rural road. And the farm, there's a goose and a gander up there. And they kept on popping out onto the little tiny road. Just so gorgeous, I was forced to stop and let them pass. This lovely couple, been together for years. Just gorgeous, out nibbling the hedgerow. And that was kind of really the next phase of just, take it handy. That slow, simple life. The repetition of everyday little rituals and all that kind of thing. It was really nice because, it had me kind of, getting little supplies in and sorting things out. And little did I know there was a big storm on the way. So that was really helpful. But I have to say, it was just gorgeous to be forced to stop every time I went up the road and watch them and let them pass. This lovely couple. And then, in this yonder field, the heron appeared. Now, there's a river down there and there's a lake over there, but the heron was just sitting where the rooks had been flying, in amongst the cattle 2 days in a row. I thought that was lovely. They are actually connected with this story, with the bulls. And in the new tarots I got Wildwood, they're connected with joy. And I know they're connected with patience, and the ancient druids carried their magical bits and bobs in a heron bag. They do appear a lot, and they are very beautiful, and it was quite auspicious that the heron, which really is like being patient and steady and still and mindful, which was kind of handy and interesting. And then at the back of my place, the hawk started to appear. He was just sitting there where the wren nests, on the fence, looking out from my place yonder. Now the hawks are down the way, but he'd never been here, and that was just gorgeous. So the hawk was on my place, looking out of my place into the horizon. I thought that's very interesting. That was after the storm. Being, I suppose, mindful, insightful, high vision, stealth, focus. Very good energy, very good personal energy, to have that energy. Then 2 days in a row, 7 swans and 10 swans flew over. why you could hear them coming. The amazing sound of swans' wings. The flight. Calling out to each other. So obviously flying down to the lake. Really beautiful. It makes you stop and stand still. And my hound Fionn, a year ago, they were crossing the other way, and he actually took off after them. He managed to escape. How he thought he was going to catch swans, but the sound of their wings and their flight just... I have a very interesting story about swans. I might mention it again. So the swans started to appear after the storm. Very beautiful, very special, very auspicious. And then, to my delight, the wrens are kind of solitary. I found a little wren's nest, and but November, December they start together and they sing. Oh my, how the wren can sing! And such a joy in the hardest part of the year. And they gather, and so the wren is back out, gathering about and singing, and it's just a delight. And they very much are around in the heart of the winter, the wrens. They're such a cheer. And I delight in watching her. I saw her little babies last year as well. The first day she had them out on a mossy trunk. I happened to be nearby, she didn't know I was there. Oh, it was just gorgeous. So, the delightful wren, they gather and sing in December. Very special to the ancient Druids and Celts. And another winter bird who I can watch out a lot, doing her thing. She's not really around much in the summer. Loads of other birds. Starlings are back, but summer, because this is a wild space here, it's full of birds. But this is her time, and she's just gorgeous. The blackbird. I just love to watch her out doing her thing. They're the winter birds. Oh, great company. So, I suppose you could do all the big myths of all of this, but really this was a thing that was happening during an unusual time leading up to Samhain. And now, the wren and the blackbird now and the swans the last few days. So this is just, where your environment is kind of communicating with you. There we are. That's nice. The last time I did a reading, I pulled out the Wildwood Tower cards. And this one had fallen underneath the tree trunk, and I found it like 2 weeks later. So I'll show you. This is the new, fancy new, shiny. This is the one. Look at it. It looks ancient. Fallen under the tree trunk. It's called a seer. So the seer was hiding under the trunk. Beautiful card. Kind of says its own thing. Just picked 2 more of these cards. Oh well, a couple came out, but it was... Yeah, The Guardian. I'm not going to read it. I'm really... Looked at the book. The Guardian, very Samhain, the Guardian at the threshold, at the tomb, at the gate. The Guardian for the winter. 10 of Vessels. Happiness. Well, I personally think it's very important to keep one's own happiness going. It's like something you have to look after. There's the cattle now. And the Wanderer, which is, if it's a new aspect of the wheel of the year, that's like the Fool, the 0 point, the stepping out. And the 4th card is this a white young bull there looking over, saying, what are you up to? And empowerment. That's the English, what's his name? The man, white man or whatever. Five of Bows, empowerment. Yeah. Well, I think it is important to keep one's empowerment going. Really honouring one's own internal space and realms, and then the external as well, and not to let the external knock the internal ones off, you know? So there we are. That's the, I don't know, story at the moment. So now heading into end of Samhain, into November. Some people find November a hard month. It's nice here though, on the land. Now, the drill has started up over there, so it might be time to finish. I'll just say a little, I don't know if you can see them, the little cattle there. Want to be in the video. Do you see? They're going, oh, we know you're doing tarot cards on the ground, on a log. Anyway, it's kind of good timing with the, they're not the bulls that were fighting in the backfield. I may put the tiny video up of that powerful force of nature. Now, look at these lovelies. I don't know what you can see, I can only see the back of the phone. And branches fell here and broke the wire from the big trees. Ooh, there we are. Yeah. So that's where the bulls were, just there. But the animals settled down after that. And things became a bit more peaceful. That's it. And if anybody, this is the hawthorn, well, two hawthorns to the centre here. Some of the ribbons came off, but if anybody would like a ribbon put on the hawthorn with somebody's name, just pop it in below and I'll put a ribbon for them. It's that ancient tradition of putting a ribbon on the hawthorn tree for healing for someone. So that's it. Finish up with the grandmother beach here now. She's just gorgeous. Oh, I don't know where my bold dog has gone. Alrighty, back to chopping wood. And take care. If anyone would like a reading, you know, I read slightly differently. It's more about states and it's a bit more general. There will be no, you're going to meet a tall, handsome stranger very, very soon. Going on holidays, getting a new job, moving house. With a Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Sagittarius, Gemini, whatever, Scorpio, blah, 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 all at the same time, ain't gonna happen. All right, so anyway, listen, bye from the bulls.